guys, this is Sonali, the melodramatic bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with a new series of videos where I upload video reviews of the books that I read in a month, as in when I read them, so that it's easier for me at the end of the month to just give a passing reference to those books. And this way you will also be able to watch detailed reviews of the books that I read in every month and decide whether you want to read that book for yourself or not. My first read for July 2019 was a book called Get Better at Getting Better by Chandramouli Venkatesan. This is a non-fiction book that targets people who work in sales, marketing, HR. But it's not only that, you can apply the principles and the tips and tricks that the author has given in this book to any other field, to many other fields. Get Better at Getting Better mainly talks about how so many of us want to get better at what we do in life and even our daily lives. We just want to improve it, but when it comes to the grind, procrastination always gets the better of us, like it's the devil in our lives. This book tells us how to get better, why you need to think in a certain way to get better, and the most important thing that it talks about is that if you want to get better, then you should not concentrate on knowing the answer. Instead, you should concentrate on trying to get to know the method to knowing the answer. Because knowing the method means that you will be able to apply it in several different scenarios and get a satisfactory answer. But if you know the answer, that won't be the same for every scenario, for every situation. Knowing the method, on the other hand, always means that you will be able to apply your knowledge and come to a logical conclusion and to the answer that fits the most to that particular situation and will give you a solution to that. The author talks from experience about how to go about doing this, and he gives us these tips and tricks in separate sections and chapters that tell us how and why we need to implement the measures that he is presenting to us. And for better retention, he has given a point-by-point summary at the end of each chapter in the book, which will help you learn better, which will help you keep track of what you have learned in that particular chapter. What I didn't like was that it becomes a repetitive after a while, because you have to improve your learning model, nothing else. It keeps repeating every few paragraphs, and that's a little annoying, but that was the only thing that I didn't like about this book. Everything else was super intelligent, super friendly, and even though I'm not into self-help books, I'm not into non-fiction that much, I found that this, if you read this a couple of times, then that is when it will start becoming effective for you. Like I said, the friendly tone of the writing was the first thing that I noticed about this book. The author has a very laid-back, easygoing style of writing that somehow appealed to me, and I felt like this is a sort of self-help book that needs to be written. The author specifically says in the beginning that if something else works for you that he's not talking about, then you'd better stick to it and not let him, the author, throw a spanner in the works. It's not compulsory for everyone to apply what he's talking about, but he makes so much sense that you really want to apply those topics. So here is what he actually said. Feel free to accept or discard what I say based on what you think works for you. Unlike some other books that talk you down and behave like you're dumb, this book is like a mother petting your head and then teaching you about right and wrong. I love the tone of the book, and I feel like this is how self-help books need to be, because there's nothing rash about what he's talking. There's nothing very crass in the way he puts forward his points, and you're like, okay, now I'm uncomfortable, but I think he's right. So that's how the whole book goes. And I feel like if the points in this book are used correctly, then Get Better at Getting Better, this book could turn your life around. And to do that, the author has a mantra which is really simple. He does not sugarcoat things, but he also does not talk you down and say that what you're doing is wrong, don't do that, do this instead. What he says is, if something is working for you, then just ignore what I'm saying. This man is like that, and I love how he's written this book. Like I said, he does touch some sore spots, and it might make you uncomfortable. It will make you uncomfortable. It's like, what is he talking about? But then, admit it or not, he is speaking the truth, because in the end you will realize that. He has grounded and sane rebuttals for issues like procrastination and negativity and all the negative unproductive things that we go through in a day, and the solutions that he gives, I know I haven't implemented them yet, but I know that they will be effective because they make so much sense when you read them. So imagine how it's going to be if you actually implement them and you use them in your daily life. And the biggest point is, to improve ourselves, he has this sort of process in which he does not actually talk us down. He doesn't say what you did was wrong, did you think about that? He tells us stuff and he makes us think of things that didn't go well, but he makes us think about how we could have made it better. He's basically telling us to be inquisitive and think of other ways to make it better and not dwell on our mistakes. Sure, mistakes are important for us to learn what's right and what's wrong, but dwelling on them does not do. And he has an amazing process that will make you think and make you feel better about yourself and not repeat those mistakes in the future. The point by point summary at the end of each chapter is something that I feel like every self-help book should have. I've read only a few self-help books, but even in those I haven't found these point by point summaries at the end of the chapters, because these summaries are a great way in which to retain whatever you've learned in that chapter. And for people with a low retention power, this could be an absolute godsend. All in all, if you work in a company and are looking forward to getting better and to moving forward, then this is a book that will help you a lot. And even if you don't work in a company, you can implement many of these concepts and many of these ideas and make your life much better than what it is, and much better like the way you want it to be. So all I'll say is that get better at getting better is how all self-help books should be. They should be friendly, they should be easygoing, and they should be accommodating of what the reader is feeling like. I loved reading this book, even though I probably might need a couple of times more to actually implement the tips and tricks that he's giving in there, and even the author thinks the same. So I think I'm going to reread it soon because retention, and I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. So that was my first read of July 2019. Did you like this video? Will you go ahead and read this book after watching my video? Which is your favorite self-help book? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.